We back. Black Image Entertainment. You got Kept Up.
Holy. Whatever was that?
We got another movie review.
Oh, more movies.
Yeah.
Oh, this is an old school movie.
So, I went to go see Widows. Yeah. See, you didn't know. The reason why I wasn't at home, I just left the theater.
So you're going to go see all these damn movies, still haven't got your special movie pass, A1 Stubbs movie pass. No ad.
And I got my movie pass, y'all. You see what I'm saying? He was over there talking shit. He was over there talking shit. You know what I'm talking about? He was over there talking shit. You saw him talking shit.
I was. So you saw it in the New Black thing. He seen it in the New Black.
See how people always want to talk shit, y'all? You call it live and direct.
Yes.
Anything else you would like to say? So I saw Widows today. That's what this movie is about. Anything else you would like to say?
I would like to say I've been trying to get this fool to do it since we was watching. What is that movie?
Don't matter. Widows.
Fallout.
Widows.
Mission Impossible Fallout. When did that come out? Tell me that date. That's how long we're trying to get this dude to do it, and now we on it. But that's good.
I went into this movie. What do you know about it?
To me, I wouldn't call it the updated Set It Off.
That's what everybody told me before I went to go see it. Unfortunately, the movie hasn't been doing that well in the box office. And so they're asking a lot of people to go see this movie. To support it, to support the director, support the actors. I agree with that. Go see it to support the director and support the actors. One of the things that I want to say about this movie before going into the movie itself, we really need to support our Black actors and actresses. So they had a lot of people in there. I think it's Viola Davis.
Mm-hmm.
They had
Out Dude.
Yeah, the Get Out Dude, which I just looked up his name so I would be able to call it on this video, and now I can't call it.
Yeah, it's a very African name.
Yeah. Well, his first name isn't, but his last name, I know it's got a bunch of O's in it. But, one thing, again, I got a little goosebumps, again, watching this movie because the portrayal of black skin, dark black skin on these movies, finally we don't have to have the half white person representing us on screen. And so I was kind of giddy about that. I was Viola Davis. Lord, them lips. Oh, they know them lips there. Oh my goodness. She a swole chocolate something. Ooh.
So you say she was hitting the gym before this movie?
Girl, she basically gonna be the next Angela Bassett. 60-something years old, still fine. That's what Viola Davis. How old is Viola? I think she in her 40s, right?
I don't know. I don't know anything much about her. I just remember her from Suicide Squad. Remember her?
Let me see. It's on my Android. I'm gonna have to look it up again. But yeah, I definitely think that it's worth going to see to support the actors. Getting into the movie a little bit, there was actually quite a lot that they did in the movie that I didn't like. It just kind of bothered me. And the movie itself, I'm going to rate it about a 7 because the director decided to try to tell everybody's story at one time, and it just kind of missed the mark. It didn't really kind of hit the point. It's kind of unnecessary.
She's 52.
I knew she had to be in her late 40s, if not
53.
Yeah, she
53. Yeah, just turned.
they had her looking good in that movie. They had her looking real good with the little hair. But they just did some stuff in the story that man, I would have to say before the spoiler video, they did something in the movie that just really just kind of pissed me off, and it's an issue that we're dealing with as African American males in 2018.
Just label it as spoiler and just keep it going. Because we've never double reviewed anything anyway.
So one of the little sidelines in the movie, here's the spoiler, so you might want to turn it off now, is they shot a black kid for they thought that he had a gun. And they shot him like, recklessly like they've been doing. And it just
So you're saying it's too soon to be portrayed, trying to open people's eyes?
no, I think that I want to call it cheap. Like it wasn't really necessary to incorporate that into the movie. Like it just wasn't necessary. It seemed like it was just kind of like a slap in the face.
I don't follow. I think it should always be on the forefront and just seeing how stuff goes down. Because I just recently saw a video of a little black kid getting killed by police officers because he had a toy gun and they thought he had a real gun, and they pulled up and within seconds
And just shot him.
shot him and killed him. I
Yeah.
don't even remember where it was, but
Yeah,
I'd never
it was
seen
in the
it.
north.
And I've never seen it, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. I don't even know why it came across, and it's just nuts how instantaneous. And then recently, it just happened. A black security guard got killed
Yeah,
doing his job within seconds after people telling him, "Hey."
this guy works here.
And then something else just happened.
Yeah, and then it happened again. And then it happened again with another guy at work. I meant to send you that. I'm glad you saw that on your own. Yeah. Yeah, then it happened again with another guy at work. And then that lady
It was, what was it? It was in the mall.
yeah, well, both
It was a shooting. It was this one. The latest one was a shooting in the mall, and he wasn't the one that was doing the shooting, but the police officers just like, hey,
assumed that he was.
because he was trying to defuse
Stop.
the situation
Right.
with his own gun, being a licensed weapon holder and everything like that. But
They shot
give
his
him-
ass.
They give him the light of day and killed him. And now the media is trying to villainize this person through his web pages and everything like that, even though he wasn't even doing anything of that nature at that time. But anyway, that's just my stuff, 2 cents from that segment. But like I said, if this movie was big or was doing bigger, and that scene was in the movie to bring it to light that stuff does happen and it happens regularly. So I think it should stay in it, even though I still haven't seen it, even if it took a small detour from the actual movement plot of the movie.
Okay.
I would still want that to be on the forefront so
Okay.
people can actually know that shit like that still goes down and people still don't give two shits about it. So that's my 2 takes. That's my 2
Fair
takes
enough.
coming back around.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So I will take your side. I will stand with you on that. And I think that is fair. Even if they slipped it in, yeah. So I would definitely stand with you on that. So if I take that out of the equation and think about first of all, the acting in that movie was superb. It was really top notch, and they had this tall ass white chick in this movie, and she was hot.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh my goodness! I looked her up too. I was like, goodness, and she's 6'3".
Dang.
And she blonde. And, woo! When they showed this cut of her walking, she had on this dress, this skin tight dress, and she was walking. And they had this long off shot from her. I was looking at them legs. I'm like, damn, she tall. And I kept, then when I noticed that she was tall, I said, well, let me look at her standing next to Viola. Damn! It's like a basketball player.
Elizabeth Debicki.
Yeah, and she's 6'3", right? Yeah. Yeah, she's young. I think she's like 21, 22.
1990, so 28.
Oh, okay. Thought she was younger than that. Yeah, that's a gorgeous woman there. Yeah. Matter of fact, almost all the women were gorgeous in that movie. Even the women in the background. I know, I'm serious. The movie takes place in Chicago, and they did a really good job of just portraying the blackness in Chicago. So shout out for that. That was some nice throwbacks. But even like I said, even the women in the background were hot. The side characters who had the little 1-2 liners, they were hot. I was like, damn.
So, what about the pacing of the movie? Because
pacing was terrible.
Because since you said the interjection of that one child shooting scene kind of threw you for a loop, how was the pacing of
the pacing? That's part of the problem. That's why even if I take that out of the equation, I still probably would stick with that movie on the 7 because the movie is all over the place.
Mm.
It's one of the movies where they show a little bit over here, and then they show a little bit of this, and they show a little bit over here, and then they try to bring it all together. And it just missed the mark. It was like throwing a whole bunch of random scenes at you, and then you were supposed to have this when they all came together at the end. I was just like, I still don't give a shit.
So it's kind of like Suicide Squad, the other Viola Davis movie.
And who was she in Suicide Squad? Oh, yeah, she was the mean captain lady. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Viola's, all the characters were good. All of the actors did a good job. Liam Neeson had a fairly substantial role in the movie. I mean, to be such a top-notch actor that he is.
I remember I didn't know who the hell he was until he was Qui-Gon Jinn, and then I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. That dude, Star Wars.
Yeah, I think that was the one I was first introduced to him as well. It was in Qui-Gon Jinn.
Because I was disappointed. I was like, who is he?
Who the hell?
That was just from the movies I'd watched at the time. And I was, relatively younger. And so I was just like...
But he did a good job. He did a good...
I was like, damn.
He sold it.
Yeah, so
he sold it.
What other movies does this dude play in?
He sold it. And that goes back to the previous video. Johnny just doesn't do that with Grindelwald. If you think about Liam Neeson at the time he did Qui-Gon Jinn, wasn't a big name character, like a big name actor, right? But when you saw him on screen as Qui-Gon Jinn, it didn't matter because he sold it. Johnny ain't doing that in Grindelwald. He ain't doing it. So that being said, Liam carries his own series of movies like The Takens and, his own titles. And for him to play this, where he's not the title list of the movie, the star actor, and to play the role that he did, you know, shots out. And to see him, small spoiler, well, I think they showed this in the preview. Him and Viola Davis, they supposed to be a couple. So to see him hugging up and kissing up on that black woman, Liam, hey. Congratulations, brother. Yeah, woo, I know that black was sweet. I know it was. Viola, you and them lips, girl. I'll pay you for just one kiss. Huh? Pretend I'm Denzel, girl.
Oh, you're gonna get us turned off. Oh man.
Anyway, I definitely would go see it. I can't say that it was, you know, a big surprise movie. They did try to have a little surprise in the movie. I was just like, I still don't give a shit. That's gonna be right. I just don't give a shit. So yeah, saw 2 movies today. Signed up for the little A-list. Like I said, I wish you would have told me you was going to movies theater to drink, but you know, I still got my 3.
I thought you went to go see 2.
Ha! More on that on the next video. Anything else you want to say about The Widows? Oh, that's right, you ain't seen it. Spoilers. Well, hit that subscribe button. We wilding out.
We are. Hollywood, the Flow 7.
Cutthroat. Leave us a comment. Black Image Entertainment. Yeah.